Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I make cash stuffing and finance related videos. So today we are going to be doing our weekly check-in, and I feel like it's been so long since I filmed, so I'm sorry if I'm a little rusty, but we are just going to get right into it. So what we're going to do basically is go over the last 2 weeks because I didn't film that, and then we are going to fill in everything that we spent money on for the last 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see where we left off. Okay, so we left off on the 5th, so it is currently the 19th. So we're going to fill in for the last 2 weeks, and then what we're going to do is once we fill that in, we're going to go into our cash binders and pull out the corresponding money from the envelopes that we spent. Okay, so basically what it is I use my card for the majority of the purchases, so I'm going to just go ahead and pull out the cash. So we actually didn't spend until Friday on this week. So then on Friday, I ended up spending $5 at Domino's, and me and my husband just kind of like split that. That's why it was so low. So that was delicious. That is the only thing I spent that day. The next day I went with my husband door dashing, and it was kind of like a last minute thing, so it was not something that I planned for, so I didn't have any like snacks or anything. So we ended up getting some food while we were out, and I got some Popeyes, which I hardly ever have, and it was pretty good. But because I was kind of going with him, he spent like majority on it. I just contributed a couple dollars, and basically me and Gaby kind of split that, and I gave my husband a little bit of it too. Later that night we all went to Foster's, which is like an ice cream place that we have out here. Super good, and me and my husband got a cone, and then I basically shared my cone with Gaby. But that is basically what we spent for that week, just on Friday and Saturday, which is why I didn't do a weekly check-in, because I'm like, I'm not going to do a weekly check-in for just 2 days, because that video would be super short. So I'm just combining it into this second week as well. So let's go to this week. So the first day we spent was on Tuesday, and Tuesday we went a little crazy with spending. It was our like get out of the house day, so we ended up going a little bit crazy. So I did end up spending $37 at Michael's, which I was really excited about. I only went there for like a background to take pictures for my shop, and clearly I didn't just buy the background because the background only cost a few dollars. I ended up finding like these storage containers. Let me show you real quick. I ended up buying these little storage containers for like products to store them, and they turned out really well, and I really like them. And those were just a few dollars. And then I also ended up buying some vinyl to play with. So I got a couple different colors of vinyl. So that ended up being $37 at Michael's. I honestly don't know what category I'm going to pull that for. I don't have a business category. I might just take this from my buffer in my checking account until I do get a business envelope. So the next we went to Target, and I spent $30. 20 of that was for Gaby. We ended up doing the diaper deal. So we used some coupons that we had and some gift cards that we had. And so me and my husband split the remaining costs. So $20 left on diapers for Gaby. And then the remaining $10 was for like deodorants. They were having a couponing deal, and I was almost out of those. So I just put this for deodorant. All right, and I'm just gonna write that that is at Target. Okay, so moving on. Let's see, this is Wednesday. Wednesday we, oh my God, Target got my money this week, you guys. I spent so much money at Target, it's insane. So I'm just gonna put, so we spent $111 at Target, but we split that into several different categories. It might seem kind of confusing, but for me, like, this just makes the most sense. A lot of people might be like, this is so extra, but you could do your budgeting however you would like. For me, this is just what works, like keeping track of different categories. That way I know I'm pulling from them properly. So 70 of it was for Christmas stuff. I got Gaby some cool toys. This was, I ordered online. I didn't go in store this time. So 70 of it was on Gaby's toys. They were having some like sales on some of the toys, and I knew that he would really like them. So I ended up just taking the money from Christmas and spending it. The next we spent $30 for Gaby, and I'm trying to think what we even bought. Oh, I remember. Okay, so I actually This is just going to be $15 because my husband gave me half for that. This was just on his little Diaper Genie refills. Again, they were having like a little sale. It wasn't like a huge sale, but they were having a little sale on those. And my husband had told me the week before that we were running out. So I went ahead and purchased 2 3-packs of those. And then I ended up spending $11 on myself because my protein powder was on sale and I wanted to try a different flavor. I have the vanilla and I've kept getting the vanilla, but I wanted to try the chocolate. So I ended up buying that, and I'm running low on the vanilla anyways, so that'll work. Okay, so all of that was at Target. And then the last place we went, again that night, we went to Foster's and got ice cream as well. So the reason why is because my son hasn't been able to have dairy for the longest. Oops, I forgot to write the price. $3. Anyways, so he hasn't had dairy since he was born. He ended up, long story short, he has a dairy intolerance, but he has recently kind of outgrown it. We've been doing like this little, this way to introduce dairy, and he has been doing great. So he ended up passing those tests. So then now he can kind of have dairy, and he is so hyped. And so we were excited to go to like Foster's and let him have some ice cream for the first time. So we did that on Saturday when we went to Foster's. He had it for the first time. And then we did it again on Wednesday just because, I don't know, for funsies. So that'll come from our funsies category as well. Moving on to Thursday. I didn't think this one through. I totally just wrote on it. Oh well. I spent $25 at Walmart just to get some groceries. And this one I don't have to pull from anything because I end up using IBOTTA. So I didn't pull from any of my categories. I won't be pulling out the cash. So I'm writing that in this so that I don't forget that that was already taken care of. And moving on, again, you guys, don't judge me. I went to Target so many times. So Friday, I went to Target again. So even though my son has like outgrown his little dairy intolerance, we still end up getting him like his special dairy-free milk that we only get at Target. I'm not sorry, I'm like so distracted. Okay, we spent $24 at Target, and I'm just going to be taking that from our grocery fund. It wasn't just some milk, but we got milk and some bars and some bananas, so I ended up spending $24 on all of that. He prefers that milk, and I'd rather just give him that milk than regular milk. He gets dairy and other things like cheese and yogurt and stuff like that. Anyway, that is the only thing we spent that day. And then the last day that we're doing is Saturday. And for this day, we ended up spending another $12 at Target. And this one was, for me, I ended up getting some Lonnie energy drinks. For myself, they had the Breezeberry, which is one of my favorites. I try not to drink them too often, but once in a while, like since I've been working out a lot, you just need to pick me up in order to get through the workout. So I spent that on myself. And then the last thing I did, I spent $12 at the Nugget, and I ended up getting myself a sandwich and some chips, and I split it with Gabriel. So that is all that we spent for that week. And I'm already going to tell you guys, like, I definitely went over. I don't have this much money in my cash envelopes for spending because I usually do not spend this much, and I haven't been able to stuff them again. So yeah, I definitely went over. But a couple of these categories, we'll try to pull from other ones and see if we can make it work. So that is the weekly, well, bi-weekly check-in, I should say, because it was for the last 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and go into our cash envelopes, and we'll pull out the corresponding money. So I am pulling out both today because we did end up going into our Christmas one. So we're just going to put this to the side first and go into this one. Okay, so the first category, it seems like, is eating out, and that'll be everything in red. That should have been red. Give me 1 second. Okay, I just had to fix that. I ended up doing it in the wrong color. This is part of the eating out as well. So let's go ahead and count that up. We have 5 plus 3, which is 8. 8 plus 12 is 20. So $20 for eating out. And I don't think I have that, but let me just check. Oh my god, you guys, it's empty. Did I spend on my eating out? I'm trying to think. Oh, I know what it is. I already paid my husband for the Domino's and the Popeyes. I just didn't have the money for the Nugget. So, okay, well, I don't have any money for that. So what I'm going to do is go over here. This is why I got this paper, so that I can keep track of what I spent that I don't have. Here, I'll write up here so that you guys can see. So we have $12 in our eating out category that we need to account for. And we will go to this towards the end. Right now we're just going to take out what we can from the corresponding envelopes, and then we'll go through and see what we couldn't do. Okay, so the next category is funsies, and that has two different ones for $5. So 2 plus 3 is 5. I don't know why I put those back in here. So funsies, we need to take out, what did I say? $5. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so there's 15 here, so we're just going to take out these 5 ones and put them right here. Can you guys see? Okay, yeah, I already did these 2 categories, so I'll just cover that up. I'm sorry if this is all over the place. I feel like it's not, but it might be. I'll have to see when I edit and see how it comes together. I feel like I'm always all over the place whenever I film these type of videos. Okay. So moving on is this. So we had $37 at Michael's. Again, I am not going to take that from my category. I'm taking that from my buffer and my checking. This was for a business expense. And I currently do not have a category for that, but I am going to be making that category very, very soon so that I can start pulling from there and funding my business. So $20 for diapers, and that is going to be from Gaby's spending, which we use if we spend anything for Gaby. All right, so it's $20 for diapers, and I see $15 for diaper refills. So together that's $35. Let's see if he has that in his category. He has 10, 15, 16, 17. So $17 was what is left in there. And we needed 35.
17, 35, 30, 20.
So it's $18 that we need left to make up for the difference. And this will be for Gaby's spending. Like I said, you guys, I already know that I went over in categories, so I was totally expecting to not have like the money for these things. Okay, so $10 is the next category for couponing. And I know that I have the money in here. So couponing has 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. So we're going to take a 10 out of there. And then the next category we have, let's see. Okay, let's go into our blue binder because that is going to be where Christmas is. Oops. Sorry, I keep hitting you guys today. Okay. So we spent $70 in our Christmas envelope. Let's see. Christmas has 150, 200, 220, 240. Okay, so we are going to take out 70, which is going to be 50 and a 20. We are all squared away. Let me just check to see personal. Okay, no, nothing else is in this binder, so this one can now officially go back. Okay, so for personal, I spent $11 and then $12, so 23 is what we have. Let's see. And I do still have my 20 left in my cash envelope, so we'll take out the 20, so we need $3 more, and I do have a rollover envelope for my spending, so we'll go there. And I need $3 more. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. And I have just been depleting my envelope lately, like all my envelopes lately, but the majority of this is like stuff I need. Like I always say, like the only things that I spend that I don't need are like these eating out ones. That only accounted for like a couple dollars. Okay, so we took care of that already, the funsies category. This was from IBOTTA, so we don't have to pull anything. The next one is $24 at Target, and this is our grocery category. So we're gonna go in here, pull out $24 from groceries. We have 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 67. So what I'm going to do, we need 24. So I'm gonna pull out 25 and take a 1. Can you guys see? And take a 1 from here. So then 20, 40, 1, 2, 3. 43 is what is left. And we'll put the 25 in this pile here. Okay, did we do everything? Groceries, I already did that. I already did the eating out. Okay, so what we have to do now is go over here and see. Okay, so we need a total of $30. Wow, that looks so ugly. I'm sorry. Okay, so we need $30 that we have to figure out where to pull from. That involves the $12 we went over in eating out, and then the $18 that we went over for Gaby. So again, I don't like to pull from Gaby's savings, so I won't be doing that. I'll figure out somewhere to pull in these cash envelopes here. Okay, so let's see what we have in our buffer. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have $8 in our buffer. So I think I'll just pull the 5 from there. And then let's see. I think I will pull 20 from groceries and 5 from eating out, or from couponing, excuse me. And that is a 30. We need 20, 25, 30. And I just figured for Gaby's spending and eating out, those are both like mainly food categories. So I took the majority from groceries. Couponing, I just have extra at the moment. Like I don't have anything that we desperately need. We do need like toilet paper and paper towels. However, I will be stuffing this before I go and get that again. So that should be fine. And then I just, of course, pulled from my buffer because that is mainly what this one is used for. But I didn't want to pull everything because, again, I like to keep a little bit of a buffer. Okay, so that is that. So let's go ahead and count up all the cash that we spent from our envelopes and see what it adds up to. Okay, let's just organize this really quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and count. We have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So $179. I'm going to count that again off camera because these always mess me up. Okay, yeah, I was right. It is $179 that we spent in cash. Again, that doesn't count the IBOTTA. We use that gift card for that. It doesn't count the Michaels. I'm taking that from my checking buffer. And that doesn't count the Domino's and Popeyes because I had already taken money out. All right, you guys, that is it for the weekly check-in. I know it was kind of all over the place today, and also I spent a crap ton of money, but I'm just keeping it real. This is to keep myself accountable, and I'm just sharing it with you guys to show you kind of how I keep up with this, because I know a lot of people are kind of confused, like if you use a card more often than you use cash, how do you like keep track? And this is how I do it. So thank you guys for joining me. I will see you in my next video. Bye.